O those of you who believe, do not let your wealth and your children distract you from the remembrance of God. For whoever does that is a loser. Because whoever does that, distracted from the remembrance of God with all the beauties and adornments of the world, it's all fun and games now, but you are bound to be a loser because you have lost out on the golden opportunity to qualify yourself to reap maximally from the mercy of God by engaging in the right kinds of activities in this world. Allah says, Al-malu wal-banun zinatul hayati dunya wal-baqiyatu s-salihat khayrun 'inda rabbika thawaban wa khayrun amala. Your wealth, your children, these are all just the beauties of the world. Zinatul hayati dunya. But wal-baqiyatu s-salihat, it's the ever-abiding good deeds that you do. It's those everlasting good deeds that you perform. وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتِ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا. Those are much better in the eyes of your Lord in terms of reward and in expectation. So constantly Quran is reminding us and warning us, do not be distracted by the beauty and the glitter of the world. It's very nice, but don't be distracted by it. Don't be entirely preoccupied by it. That's not the goal. And hence, when we come to Dua Makarim al-Akhlaq, which we have been discussing over the last few nights, you will find that our fourth holy Imam, Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, as he is providing for us a template, a guideline on what it means to have Makarim al-Akhlaq, to have noble character, which is the ultimate goal, to reach the peaks of nobility, to reach the peaks of humanity. As he's describing what it means to have Makarim al-Akhlaq, how to have Makarim al-Akhlaq, after he has established you need to have an elevated vision, as we discussed on the second night. As we established last night, the Imam then says, you must also acknowledge your weaknesses, acknowledge your faults, admit your faults to God, and ask God to help you in fixing those issues and elevating yourself. Then what is the next thing the Imam says? He says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali wakfini ma yashghaluni al-ihtimamu bih. He says, oh Allah, please spare me from all the concerns which distract me. My life is filled with one concern after another, one distraction after another that is constantly occupying and taking up my mental bandwidth and my mental resources that does not allow me to focus on the more important things in life. I've got 1,000 things on my mind all the time, Allah. I've got to worry about the mortgage payment. Then I've got to pay the tax bill. Then I've got to go and upgrade my phone. Then I've got to take my car for an oil change. Then the lease is ending. I have to upgrade the car. Then I have to plan that birthday party. Then I have to buy the tickets for that summer vacation. And it goes on and on and on and on. One distraction after another that's constantly preoccupying me and distracting me. Imam says, Allah, protect me, save me from all of these concerns which are always distracting me. وَكْفِنِي مَا يَشْغَلُنِ الْإِهْتِمَامُ بِهِ وَاسْتَعْمِلْنِي بِمَا تَسْأَلُنِي غَدًا عَنْ. Employ me, Allah, in that which you will ask me about tomorrow. وَاسْتَفْرِغْ أَيَّامِي فِيمَا خَلَقْتَنِي لَهُ. And let me spend my days in that which for you have created me. Meaning the Imam is praying to Allah, oh Allah, I don't want to live a meaningless and a mundane life. I want to live a life of purpose. I want to live a meaningful life, that when I'm on my deathbed and I'm reflecting back upon my life and I'm breathing my last, I can perhaps utter words such as Amir al-Mu'mineen, where he says, Fuztu wa Rabbil Kaaba. That as he's breathing his last, he's able to say in that moment, by the Lord of the Kaaba, I have been successful, because he can attest to the fact that guaranteed I tried my very best to spend my entire life in trying to fulfill the purpose for which I was placed upon this earth to begin with, which was to represent God, which was to promote good, which was to forbid evil, which was to perform the best quality of deeds, which was to strive towards reaching the peaks of nobility and humanity. And hence, now that I have been struck and I know death is about to take me, I can say, by the Lord of the Kaaba, I have been successful. This is what the Imam is trying to teach us to have. Spare me the concerns which distract me. Employ me in that which you will actually ask me about tomorrow. Let me spend my days in that, fulfilling the purpose for which you have created me. That's how I want to live my life. So if we really examine these lines, we will find that what the Imam is trying to teach us here is a very, very fundamental and critical skill that is needed in the pursuit of nobility. A critical skill that is needed in the pursuit of trying to reach the peaks of humanity and reach the peaks of perfection. And that is the skill of having long-term vision. Imam is teaching us, think long-term. The world we live in today is all about the short term. It's all about the power of now. Think about the now. It's all about engage in all the instant gratification activities. Because YOLO, you only live once. So do whatever you want. Do whatever you feel like doing. Engage in the most mundane of activities. You want to engage in a relationship with that person? Go ahead and do it. Who's there to stop you? You only live once. You want to go watch that video? Go ahead and do it. Be impulsive. Go buy what you want. Wear what you want. Believe what you want. It's all about short-term thinking, the power of now, instant gratification, whereas one of the core essential principles of Islam is the exact opposite. It's all about long-term thinking. Choose the delayed gratification over the instant gratification.